Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Spirits in the Studio. I'm Nancy and I am an intuitive and visionary artist. Today I want to talk to you about my spirit portrait of Jane Goodall. Jane Goodall was born in 1934 and she just passed away last year in 25 at the age of 91. Jane was a gentle soldier of conservancy, and she practiced the art of presence. This ended up being an excellent skill, and I think she should be remembered for all her work, but we need to zero in on the fact that this woman had an extraordinary capacity to wait, watch, and listen. She was humble and patient, and she ended up producing a 55-year body of work that is now the foundation of the Jane Goodall Institute. And this organization works to create balance between people, animals, and the environment. The power animals who revealed themselves for Jane make absolute sense, but no, chimpanzee did not come forward as one of them. And to me, that's not surprising because even though chimpanzees are so central to Jane's story, the metaphysical world is vast and complex, and Jane's soul extends far beyond the chimps of Gombe, Tanzania, where she conducted her research, just as the spirits of the chimps extend far beyond Gombe and the work Jane did. What Jane offered is actually a tiny snapshot, but it is infinitely meaningful to the planet. When I channeled Jane, she had only been gone or deceased about a week. I did get a glimpse of her on my rope bridge. She was sitting down. She was way far out in the middle, away from me. So she was dangling her feet off the edge, and she was dressed all in white. She was facing east, and she was the picture of peacefulness. Her eyes were closed. She did not say anything to me, and I didn't ask her anything. I do feel like it was a little too soon to try to be communing with her, so I left it at that. It was a very short visit, just a glimpse. But she did look very happy and very peaceful. By the way, if you like this content, there is more I'm leaving out on my Substack, and I'll put the link down below. And if you like this YouTube content, please like, share, and subscribe. Now let's get into the power animals that did come forward to be in this portrait. First, I want to point out little Mouse, who scurried along with her, taking copious notes, just as Jane did, knowing that every detail is very important, and the two of them worked very hard. They're very diligent. Crow is the guardian of sacred laws, and Crow flew in to offer Jane a multi-dimensional view of life on Earth in the past, present, and future. The clarity of vision that Crow medicine allows foresight and the opportunity to change course, which we very much need to do as custodians of the planet. And next, I want to talk about Groundhog, because personally and professionally, Jane faced many challenges. She had to make some difficult decisions, like whether or not to keep her son Grub with her in the field, whether or not to stay married to her first husband, and whether or not to leave Gambi in favor of activism. And Groundhog showed her when it was time to let go of something and move forward with peace of mind. Dove, who was back here in one of the trees, became a part of Jane's energy body so that she could be a peaceful and loving advocate for the planet. Dove knows that a message is best delivered with these qualities. It is amplified, better heard, and accepted and carried out. When you force news or information on people with anger and fear, they tend to move away from you. Then we have Falcon as a planetary and spiritual messenger. Falcon amplified Jane's message and overall mission. Falcon also, like Crow, lent Jane the ability to see in more than one direction and allowed Jane to see through the propaganda of government and big business. As for the botanicals, we have Coca over here. Coca medicine complements the medicine of Jane's winged power animal support. Is also a mental stimulant, allowing Jane to maintain a steady flow of energy and to have extrasensory perception and foresight. These gifts allow her to see through the veil into non-ordinary reality. Jane also had arnica. Groundhog is holding a little bit too. Arnica is the glue that held Jane together. It infused her with unwavering commitment, amazing perseverance, the intelligence to seek community support, and the fortitude to heal from her losses along the way. So that concludes this deep dive. This portrait is 20 by 20 inches with mixed media on wrapped canvas. Please again like, share, and subscribe. Direct message me to my email if you have questions about commissioning a spirit portrait about yourself or someone else, and I'm happy to get back to you. Until the next time, may your power animals be with you and your sacred botanicals.